Hi guys, it's Monday the 1st of January 2018. You know what that means? It's the new year. Happy New Year guys. If you didn't see yesterday's installment of the old celebrations, well, you've missed out. Yeah, I'm going to have to backtrack before you watch this one. New Year's Day, it's a lovely warm summer's day in Sydney and I'm regretting leaving my hat in the hotel room. I can see my noggin is going to get a bit of a burn today. Yeah, lessons learned and all that. Don't forget the hat. Even though I look like a right plonker in the hat, it's rather looking like a plonker than actually getting sunburnt. We've still got a couple of days left in Sydney before we continue our journey on to the next destination, but we are definitely going to be doing the touristy thing by getting a ticket to go on the open top double-decker bus and tour around the whole of Sydney, seeing the world famous sights, what we're all accustomed to when we all watch it on TV. So let's get back onto the trip. So as you can see, we're pretty much following the same route that we walked along yesterday. And we're obviously coming up to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. You can see people actually walking on the Harbour Bridge and they're waving down to us on the tour bus. But anyway, got a fantastic picture of them waving down to me, which you'll see later on. And of course, you can see the Opera House. Fantastic sight, very famous view that of the Sydney Harbour. And we're going again through the rocks, the old style streets, pubs, markets, fashion shops, and all this type of stuff. Everyone mingles about in the rocks, has a good old chatter and something to eat. So here we are, we're on the top deck of the tour bus and we're going to start making our way around all the streets of Sydney. We want to get our money's worth, so to speak, and there's a number of different bus routes which you're going to be able to do throughout the next couple of days. And this ticket that we get, it does actually give us additional tickets which we can go on to some of the other sites and attractions within Sydney as well. You can see the Sydney Towers, which is a 360 viewing platform on the top there. We are going to be going into that later on today. We've got tickets for that. So this is just an opportunity now just to get our bearings properly and see a lot more of the city in a short space of time. One of the things we did want to do and try booking was the walk climb up to the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But unfortunately we left it far too late in the day and there was just no spots available during our remaining days in Sydney. So if you ever do go to Sydney and you do want to climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge, I strongly recommend that you book well in advance a slot so you're not going to disappoint yourself and not be able to do it. Because if you're going all that way in the world to go and see Sydney, obviously you want to do what everyone else is doing and climb that bridge. You've got a fantastic memento and you can say, yes, I've done that. But unfortunately, we've missed out. But we've still got the tickets to go up to the Sydney Tower, so we are going to still get to see a 360 view, panoramic view of Sydney. So obviously that is going to be taller than the Harbour Bridge, but to say that you've climbed the Harbour Bridge, I'm not going to be able to wear that t-shirt to say I've done it. So getting the last shot in as possible of the Sydney Opera House before we're making our way back up the road. And to the left of us is the Royal Botanical Gardens. So we were just in there last night for the celebrations, making our way back up the road, just up towards the top of Hyde Park. And you can see on the left the Hyde Park Barracks Museum. And just a bit round the corner, still on the left hand side, you can see St Mary's Cathedral, fantastic building. So continuing on throughout the journey, we're passing the Sydney Central train station. Now back in my old day, I used to be a train spotter. I'm also a plane spotter. Yes, I'm an anorak without actually owning an anorak. So there we go. We realise time is really motoring along and we want to make our way over towards the Sydney Towers, go up to the top, which takes 44 seconds in the left to get to the top, which is 250 metres high. And when we got to there, we managed to get 360 panoramic views of Sydney. So obviously this is higher than the Sydney Harbour Bridge, so that's one bonus I guess, but I still wish I did climb up the bridge. And then again, we're seeing all the sights again. You can see the Harbour Bridge, you can see the Sydney Opera House, you can see the Botanical Gardens, you can see St Mary's Cathedral, Hyde Park Barracks, Hyde Park itself. There's plenty of things to see, and the best thing about it, the magical moment, is we've managed to get here at sunset. So we get to watch the sunset over Sydney, 250 metres up above it. So once we had a good 45 minutes, an hour, just taking our time, looking down across the skyline, it was fantastic, but it was time to make our way back to our hotel. But we had to stop off in the supermarket. We wanted to get a few late night knickknacks and something for the breakfast as well in the morning for getting us ready for the next main full day in Sydney. But anyway, as always, that is the end of this video. Just like I always do, I'm going to finish this video off by looking back at a few of the memories captured throughout the day. And as always, if you guys would like to continue following us along our holiday adventure, why don't you hit that subscribe button so you don't get to miss out on the next installment, which by happens to be, coincidentally, tomorrow. But other than that, guys, that is it. I wish you all a very happy new year, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.